Okay, so hey everybody. I'm not sure if we're live, but I think we are. Anyway, welcome to a live stream that I'm doing here. It's actually my first live stream here on the YouTube channel. And I'm testing things out. I'm not entirely sure how this was gonna work out. Hey, what up, Derek? Yes, I just like pressed the start streaming button not even a minute ago. So yeah, welcome everybody. I hope we're gonna have a great time. Hopefully. As I said, I'm not very familiar with streaming on YouTube as of right now, so we will see how it goes. So first of all, I want to test out sound. I have my keyboard plugged in, so I'm gonna play something and I'm gonna check the audio real quick. It's pretty good, I think. I mean, I have it a little quiet. Yeah, it should be good. Okay, at least that's what the the stream software, the OBS, is telling me that it's going great. So first things first, let me just actually tweet about this so people are sort of aware about this. What's the link? Can I get how do I get the link? There you go. There we go. Okay. Give me a moment. Channel. Alright, I should have posted on Twitter, so we're gonna be good. So as this video, or well, the video, God, as the stream title suggests, I'm going to do something very, hopefully interesting today. I have no clue if it is interesting to you, but I really hope it is. I'm gonna talk about the Egg Hunt soundtrack, which I've released on the 20th. So that's 3 days ago, and it's my latest work yet, or so far. And I think, I'm gonna do some live scoring later too. Well, since the stream is discussing music, why not release MIDIs of your scores? Well, that's a pretty good question, actually. Let me actually boot up, let's say, the, what is it? Hub theme? Yeah, I'm just gonna boot up Hub theme because that's the first thing that actually comes to mind. The reason why, like, I would, okay, but it's very, very, well, you'll see in a minute. So give it just a little bit to load in. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Oops. I need this. Yeah. Wrong one. I forgot that my files have the opposite meanings. As you know, on my computer, all of the files are like all of the hub files are named lobby, and all of the lobby files are named hub. So that's a little. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a quick explanation here once this loads. So the way, like you can already see, the way I score or excuse me, the way I put my songs together is using a lot of different layers, using a lot of instruments which have third party sounds and whatnot. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I could go ahead and like go to where's this? I think it's MIDI output, and then you can. Yeah, I gotta wait for this to load. I can't do much while the project isn't loaded. All right, here we go. So I think there we go. So this is MIDI or MID, but it's MIDI anyway. And let's say I want to do it, right? One thing, or rather, another thing, or and reason why I don't really want to do that is because I just don't like giving out my work that I'm being paid for to do for free for other people to work with or on, because after all, that's my intellectual property in a way, and I just don't feel like handing out something that I've worked on just like that for free. But hold on, the render is going to be done in a minute. All right, so I got the MIDI. No, I'm gonna actually open a new window. Give me a moment. It should switch over. Hold on. FL Studio. No. Yeah, this one, great. So let's say now the TTT. Where is it? TTT. Oh wait, I put it in the. God, it's in the folder. There we go. We got this one, right? So, oh God, really? Okay. So I guess we're gonna do it this way, because for some reason the window just doesn't want to capture all the windows. So when I import MIDI, here it says all tracks, and everything. Which channels to import? You got all of them. And it's gonna take a while, I think. Why doesn't it? What? Well, it should have gotten in. So, Wait, I think I have to. Oh yeah, I have to add an instrument. I think. Uh. But wait, no. Like, okay. So wait, I imported the MIDI file, and it's blank for some reason, even though it was rendering for like 5 minutes here. So I don't know what's the problem. Uh, but also, to be honest, I didn't really do any MIDI exporting up until now. So what? Oh, I got it. I got it. Wait. So let's say this default. We're gonna go ahead and do the. Now, let me just import it now. Import and sure. It doesn't want to work. Send. Well, that's really funny. Okay, well, I'm sorry, but like I can't. It's like been what? Uh, the last MIDI file I've ever exported was so long ago that I don't even remember how to do it properly. But even if so yeah, basically, long story short, I just I don't know. I just never felt the need to, even like for I don't know, even if it's for monetary purposes. I never found the need to release my MIDI notes. There are actually some people asking for sheet notes of this. Like, hold on. There are people asking for this, all this to be put into sheet music, and they want it for free, apparently, I guess. I mean, when you have all these sort of, I don't know, how do you call them, blocks of notes that are not even in the notation, they're not written in a notation system even. And, like, trust me, if I were to write music in sheet music and in notation, I would do it. Like, if I had the time, I would do it. But, I just don't have the time nor enough knowledge, using the programs to, I guess, rewrite the same thing on sheet music, sorry. And, so it's pretty similar. It's just like, I don't know, MIDI, I've never seen the need to. And I think it's pretty much the same with sheet music. It's not that I can't write sheet music, but it's been 3.5 years since the last time I touched Sibelius. So, that's, and I mean, here I have MuseScore, but I just don't want to, like, I never got into it. So yeah, so pretty much. Anyway, let's move on to what I wanted to do in the first place, because I kind of got carried away here. So if you've played the Egg Hunt, the main like hub place, room, world, whatever. If you've played it at any point, you probably heard this. Oh my god. Sorry, forgot to turn off the metronome. I hope if the audio lags, there is a really solid reason, and it's because I don't have a I don't have a dedicated sound card. Like, all of this is going through my motherboard, so and these instruments are really demanding. So yeah, it will lag a little for a little bit. So I'm just gonna keep this playing stuff minimal. Yo, what's up, Vel? Welcome. So this is the entire track, and in case you didn't know, there are 5 versions. There's darkest, quite dark, moderate, quite bright, and bright, or brightest. And these are basically what I do with them is I just disable, like, let's say these drums, and let's say the choir here, and you got the quite dark, or even the aggressive low strings here, and some short staccato notes here that build up the tension, or the snares, and then you've got like the quite bright one, or things like that. So it was either this kind of work or layering, but layering would have been a bit more complicated. Well, I guess not really. I just had to. I would have, I just would have exported each layer individually, and then you could like have more freedom over that. But I think pre-made levels really worked in this case better on both sides, my side and the programmer side. So the song kicks in with percussion, and I'm a sucker for percussion. I love percussion, and I usually start doing my scores, or well, rather tracks, with percussion. So it's no surprise there's a lot of it here. So it kicks in with this, or at least the brightest version kicks off with this drum. And then in the deeper layers, or darker layers, I added this very low-pitched Hira Daiko drum, which is part of the Taiko drums family. Again, sorry for the occasional hiccups. They're going to go away eventually, but for now they're here, so I'm very sorry for that. And they're accompanied by another drum from the Taiko drums family, or at least that's what Storm Drum Tree 3 tells me, which is Taiko family. So that low drum, that big kind of sounding drum, is accompanied with this. And to put into perspective, this is how all of them sound together. This is the entire percussion track for this song. Forgot to turn on the cymbals here, but they're just basically cymbal rolls, crescendo, and yeah. And so, okay, so after the quick kind of introductory kind of thing, what happens is the lead part kicks in, which sounds like this, I think. God. god, I can't even play it. I actually I have to admit I inputted these notes with mouse. I didn't play this because it's crazy. Hold on, let me just play it. By the way, this run here, this kind of arpeggiated, or I don't even have to pronounce that, but this kind of run here, you know, up and down, is actually also handmade. I actually put all of these notes by myself because I couldn't find a pre-recorded run that would suit this kind of mysterious and rather you know, dangerous vibe. So I just did it by hand. And it's just basically notes going on the harmonic scale. And it just goes from here. Like, a slowed down version would be like this. So yeah, basically it's just that. There's nothing nothing out of the ordinary. It's just harmonic scale going up and down very fast. Sort of. The reason why I wanted to do the harmonic scale instead of a regular, for example, this would be the regular, but the reason why I chose this, because I think this interval here, you know, this note, it feels very suspenseful, if that makes any sense, because, like, you know, we're used to this. But if, you know, we had this note, it sort of adds this kind of a nice touch, I guess. So, you know, that's the reason why I chose this. And also what I noticed is that when played on MIDI piano, harp is very quiet. I literally have to press hard for this to even be at least somewhat loud. So yeah, this is basically the main part, and it actually plays twice, because in the end here we have a reprise with slightly different instrumentation, but the lead part is literally the same pattern, so it's absolutely the same. Okay, so then here in the background we also have bass. Now I could have definitely picked, I don't know, let's say bass's contrabass, full name. It's actually, you know, the same way with cello. Nobody says violoncello. Everybody says cello, so that's the same with bass. No, I don't recall anybody saying contrabass. You know. Anyway, back to the main point. I could have picked bass pizzicato, or I could have picked basses. I don't know, whatever. I could have picked basses and cello, pizzicato. I could have picked like things like that, but instead I went with a less traditional approach. I used an upright bass, which you can find today on the Goliath sound library. Also, if anyone's interested, I use East-West sounds, mainly Goliath, Hollywood series. So, for example, here my violin staccatissimo is from the Hollywood series. For percussion, I mainly use Storm Drum 3. It has a lot of drums, and I mean a lot of drums. Like, that's just one folder. There are many more here. You can find a lot of drums. You can also find loops, shakers, small drums. I particularly like the big drums, specifically Lord of Toms. They have amazing toms. I use them in more cinematic kind of stuff. If you need any djembes, I don't know how to even pronounce this. Remo, things like that. And there's also like taiko drums. I used a couple here. I didn't want to do that. So yeah, I mainly use Hollywood series, Goliath. Ministry of Rock is for personal projects here. I don't use them yet for any of the tracks because I, coincidentally enough, never had to compose a hard rock or even rock music for soundtrack purposes. I only did that for personal purposes and personal projects. So yeah, that's why this is for. It has amazing drums. Like, I love how you can mix. For example, you take a Gretsch kit with let's say DW snare, and you can like there are some mixers where you can control close overhead mic and then room mic. I was playing with this all day today, like seriously. It's so good. Then I have pianos. I chose Bossendorfer because it was the least space demanding. It's not much. It's like 3 gigabytes of sounds, I think. But I definitely recommend picking up Steinway, because even in real life, Steinway is a really well recognized piano. So yeah, I would have picked Steinway, but Bossendorfer also works good. Pro Drummer, I used to use them a lot for regular, kits, but I don't know. I haven't been using them lately. Scoring drums. This is actually, I don't know why I have this. This is the most useless thing I have. Because these are like, I don't know. I wouldn't even dare to use them ever in a score, because these are like music. This is music made by other people, so I don't know why we even have this. But anyway. Silk, I used it I use it whenever I need to go more eastward. I was so close to saying Eastwood for the pun kind of thing, but thank God I resisted. So if I need to go a little bit more east with the theme, I would take Silk probably. So that's basically what I use, and oh, by the way, for reverb, I don't use the built-in reverbs. I have a separate program from East West called Spaces 2. And the Spaces 2 is actually really good. It has amazing reverb. It sounds really realistic. I have to stop saying really and like switch it up with other adjectives. Or no, that's not an adjective. That's a adverb. Yeah. I have to switch it up a little. So it's super realistic in my opinion, because like it gives so many options and they sound so real. So I don't know. So yeah, basically back to the bass line that I was talking about. Here we have the upright bass. I picked it because it has this sort of like mystery association for me. Yeah, and it goes on. In the background here, with the bass here, also are first violins, pizzicato, which adds to the mystery element here. And if you can notice, the rhythm is always the same, only the notes are changing in the pizzicato. So yeah, that's basically what goes on in the background. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is actually really important. So, in the darkest versions, you will hear a choir that goes off like this occasionally. And this is actually something I drew inspiration from one of my favorite game franchises that I love absolutely till this day, and that is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. If any of you have played that game, and in the first game soundtrack, I don't want that. In the first game soundtrack, there is in some tracks they have this menacing choir, which really adds to the threat element, I guess. It adds a lot of darker vibes to it. So it's something that I really wanted to do because it's not okay. It's not called Darkest without no reason. So let me just quickly find an example here. Where's the best one? I guess this one. No. Yeah, this one. Okay, so let me just actually go. That's what happens when you don't see. I don't need that. There we go. Okay, so let me just actually. I need to bring it up. There we go. So I'll just put display on, and then just this here. So basically here, this is a track from one of the levels, and listen to the choir, how it goes in and out. It sort of goes just like, it goes crescendo, and then it slowly fades away. This was my best attempt at describing diminuendo, but, well, it's literally fading away. Yeah, so basically it just goes like... It fades in and then fades out. Like, there's little there's a little uptime for the choir, and they sort of just slide in and then slide out. And the fade in without any other instrument, it sounds pretty rough. Like it's not very gentle. But when masked with, let's say, these drums, let's say, it seems way more gentle because it gets masked with other sounds. Yeah, crescendo and then decrescendo, or diminuendo, I think it's also called. So yeah, that's basically what the choir idea was, and I really love it. I really am super happy that I got it in, because like it just felt so right. You know, it felt very fitting with the track. So I just went in and did it. So yeah, and also, by the way, the choir is, I think it's from Hollywood Choirs, and it's a really high quality choir sound pack, which is, you know, something that I really wanted for a long time. And now I have it. Also, don't worry, and don't get any hopes up that this is only a demo that I've been showing all along, even though the fact here on the top left it says demo, like right here it says demo, like on the top left, your file and edit, it says demo.flp, is because it was originally a demo project that I did. Like, it was originally a demo of the track, which was basically like, let me just show you what the demo sounded like. Oh, and I guess it also sounded like this. And this demo also turned out to be the brightest theme in the end. So yeah. Now, after this amazing part, there's this melody here that is played by the oboe, and also in other versions by a second violins and cello duet. And it sounds like this. Sorry. So it's sort of like a I don't know, it's like a breather part where it sort of cools down. It's not as action packed. Well, it's not really action packed, but still, it's way more simple than this part, and it also has Celeste playing in the background for that mystery element. And again, you can see me using, I know it says Celeste, it's Celeste, but you can see that again. I'm using the harmonic scale. Well, it's not really harmonic, now that I think of it. No, it isn't. Sorry. Wait, no, it's not. This is harmonic. So, like, I don't know, just go, you know, from E to A sharp, which is a tritone. So yeah, I don't know. It's not harmonic though. Anyway, so yeah, I have this like note here, which also serves the same purpose as this note, D sharp. Like these two scales sort of work together. I said D sharp, not B sharp. B sharp is C, yes, I know, but D sharp is this. D sharp. That's what I meant. I'm sorry if like I'm a little far away from the mic. I just have a giant 66 key MIDI keyboard here sitting on my desk, so there's not a lot of space for me to actually have my mic up close. So yeah, sorry about that. What's up, Sam? How's it going? So yeah, basically these two notes have the same intention behind them as yeah, basically they have the same intention, because you expect A here, right? But you get, well, that's pretty quiet. Let me just make it a little bit more obvious. So you expect A to go after G in a E minor scale, right? But instead, when you get this, it sort of doesn't feel right. So you kind of, you notice that note. You can't help but notice it. By the way, just because of this mystery kind of, sort of like horror-esque kind of element throughout like some of the soundtrack, I got comments, well, rather messages, asking if I had a mistaken Halloween for for Easter, and yeah, that's actually pretty funny. But no, like it. I know it causes a bit of, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe this, but like, you just notice this note the same way you notice this note. So yeah. Wow, we're almost live for an hour. Can't believe it. 44 minutes. And I've only just discussed one track throughout the entire thing. Well, I mean, it's I don't know what to do actually with the stream, because mainly I just wanted to test. So I'm just, having fun here. Okay, so back to the track. I'm actually gonna reset this so it's on 0. Yeah, there we go, cool. So then we get the continuation of this part, but without the lead instruments. So it sounds like this. And you can hear the strings here. They're building up tension here. And this is sort of like a 4-bar bridge here, because I didn't know how to bring the reprise together, so I just did this. And then it goes back into in the beginning. And I would like to outline this specific version of this. Sorry. Because I think it's beautiful. So, again, same melodies, same stuff. And in the end, it's basically just a repeat of what was in the beginning, just slightly different, so it connects very well, and then I can loop it. So, you know, it's very important to think about the looping process while making music, if you're gonna have to loop it, because if you don't, it's gonna be very hard. And you know, I practically have to loop every single track I make, so you know, I guess I talk from experience. Those who remain, main theme. Yes. That thing. Well, I have to actually regret. I regret to inform you that while I do have the files, I don't have the sound pack that I use for it anymore, because I have the new sounds here. So why would I waste space with an older sound pack? And reinstalling it again would take a lot of time. So. Sorry, but there's nothing I can do. It's been composed actually quite a long time ago. It was actually composed last year. Yeah, almost a year. I think either a year ago or almost a year ago. Not sure which is which, or which is true. But it's around a year old, so as I said, I don't think I have the sound. I do have the project files. Yeah, I do have the project. I actually have all the project files for everything, so I just don't have the sound. So if I were to open it, it would literally kill all of my patterns, and they would disappear. So no use of that. So yeah, this is basically. Oh yeah, these I've mentioned these dark strings here. Their purpose was to literally just fill in the background of the darkest version. And they go very well with the choir. So yeah, and I've counted that the most layers that are playing at once in this entire song is, not counting the automation clips, 13. And it's, I think it's right where is it? I think it's here, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's here, yeah. Oh, I I noticed. Thank you for pointing that out. Actually, Derek, I I didn't say a lot. I just okay. Yeah, I was just looking back at the playback. There's quite a bit of delay here. I see. Holy, because like, you know, okay. So yeah, man. Oh, actually, if anyone's curious, I can actually look how much time I've spent on this project. Uh, total time spent on this particular track is 11 hours and 56 minutes. Let me actually show you that. Display. There we go. So if you use FL Studio, to find that out, you go to Options and you go to Project Info, or just press F11 at any time. And you're gonna be given this window here, and if you look at the bottom of the window, it says this project started on, and as you can see, I started it late at night. And this track began taking shape on the 17th of January. That's 4 months until the game released. Well, it was for 4 months prior to the release. That's where, and that's not the first track I've made, actually. But yeah, I've spent 12 hours making the track. Now, don't think I did it in one day. No, I'm not that. I don't have that kind of patience to work 12 hours on one track. That would be insane. No, I also give it an hour due to the fact that I've just discussed it here for an hour. But no, I did it in several days because I did the demo first, like those three. These three first patterns, and then like these three, like let me mark them. I did these three and I sent them to the team, and after I got a response saying that it's actually good, it's actually pretty fitting. After I got the response, I began developing more and more, and somewhere midway, we thought that we discussed that we were gonna have to either have different versions or layer this music. So we decided that having different versions swap out would make more sense in this case when there's no switching in between at any given time. It's just one version playing. You can't. There's nowhere where it would switch from one to another, like fade between one another. So we decided that going just with different versions would make more sense. So that's basically where all of this time came from. But as I said, it took a lot of time because, as you know, I did the demo, then I started working on a pretty light version, and then I made it darker and darker, so that took quite a while. And I usually spend in total like 4 hours on each track, but that's if it's very short and easy. If I need, sometimes I usually like take up to like 6 hours if it needs a lot of articulation, and by 6 hours I mean in one sitting. Yes, not in like several days. No, I don't like to split my work into separate days, because then I either lose interest in it, or I struggle to grasp the mood and the vibe of the track, and it becomes really it becomes an unpleasant rather experience. And so yeah, so this is basically where all the time comes from. But I really am proud of how this track came together. It is it's not a really big favorite of mine, but it is something that I really am proud of, from technical perspective. So I guess it's one of the better tracks. My personal favorite, though, is the boss theme. It's called it's the boss fight theme, which is called "Fight for Your Lives." I really just went crazy with it, because I actually, the inspiration for that came from the soundtrack of Star Wars Episode 3, because it was intense as hell. Like, I remember watching it as a little kid, and it was very, I still remember till this day, it was very articulated. It's very theatrical and very articulated and very menacing at times, with those very quick staccato notes of brass that really indices that feeling of, oh, something's gonna happen, something's really bad happening, or something, and this is something that I added to that track, and actually I did it twice in two different parts, and that part was actually played by hand. So I just literally loaded up. I'm gonna load up violin for this one, but I loaded up I think it was trumpets, and when I recorded, I just went like this. Hold on. I'm gonna mute the microphone so you don't hear the very loud bashing of the keys. Or something like that. I don't remember the exact notes now, but still, Uh, this is like I basically just did that, and it was. I'll be honest, it hurt. But my favorite part is when it on the second part there's like this very sort of exciting theme, which goes like this. And then it goes with that staccato trumpet thing. It was actually improvised. But it was something like this, basically. And I have to do this, sorry. It lags so much. Why? Stop lagging. All right. Is that a kid? What do you mean a kid? If you're talking about in the background, yes, I think. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but that's my little sister. So yeah, I just don't know what you're referring to. Yeah, that's actually very ambient music. Why does this lag so much? It didn't use. Okay, I'm gonna load a new project since I showed everything here, and I'm just gonna like load up piano, maybe, and I just like playing around with the piano, actually. You know, just hold on. I got ambience levels, and then let's release. Yeah, it is jazzy because I love jazz. It's actually my second. It's my secret passion. I love jazz. Talking about jazz, I was exposed to jazz ever since I was a little kid. because of a few things. One is I have right now. Well, I have vinyls because I collect vinyls, but I used to have. Well, my dad used to have this nice disc of jazz music, right? It was amazing jazz music, and I don't know. I just love how calming it is. Like all these chords. Like, when do you ever put a chord from the D sharp minor scale and the G note? And also another thing, and I don't know if any of you played the game here, but also in the game Club Penguin, which I spent like 7 years of my life, there in this there was like this place called Pizza Parlor restaurant, whatever, and it had this very jazzy music. It was like. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, that was like I think the OST is up somewhere in YouTube. Yes, it is. I actually looked through and had a big wave of nostalgia, and I'm sure you can relate because I read that you also played it. There was also this very nice theme in the coffee shop. It was like. And yeah, so on. And I actually have really fond memories about Club Penguin because, man, it's gonna be 2-year anniversary soon since it shut down. So, and I remember it was, back when it shut down, I didn't really play it anymore. Actually, I didn't even play it anymore. But still, I felt, I don't know, I felt weirdly sad because it was a vital part of my life, I think. When I was little. Uh, oh my god, I used to do it perfectly. Yes! Did it. Can I repeat that? Hold on. I wonder. Hold on, let me try that again. Okay, I messed it up now. There we go. I used to warm up. There's this sort of an exercise I used to do when I was attending music school, because I studied, well, learned piano. That's my main instrument, so I used to do this kind of exercise where there's also one for going back, but I can't do it fast. That. Oh god, this reminded me of this. Or something like that. I just naturally go to jazz for no reason. Alright, well, I had my fun here. Ever considered writing a jazz course in time? I actually did. I mean, I've written some jazz pieces for several people. Wait, I'm gonna remember it. I think I have it actually. No. I'm just gonna import the audio file because I don't have it. Yeah, I have everything, but I'm just gonna import the file. That's very fun. Nope. I feel like it needs finger snaps for some reason. I'm not too fond of finger snaps, actually. I know they're very cool and everything, but for this kind of song, I don't know. If it was something more like, energetic, like. Let's say this was the theme. If it was something more, I hate the word, but bouncy, then yeah, I would actually add those. But when it's very soothing and... Yo, what's up, man? How's it going? What's up? Okay, wait. I need to... Okay, so actually, let's do something fun. Okay? Just because I want to. Now, by fun, I didn't mean to actually duplicate an entire, let's do something funky. What is, like, a very popular soundtrack? Actually, give me any soundtrack, for whatever movie, whatever game. I'm gonna turn it into a jazz piece. Any song from any game. I want to do that. I feel like I could. Because, for example, here is the leitmotif from the Hero soundtrack. And, you know, I can turn it into some jazz. No, wait. Sonic 3. Alright, let's see. Sonic 3 Hydrocity Zone Act 2. If it's something very, very hard and unforgiving, then I'm gonna die. Okay, so the main kind of theme seems to be like. So if like it's pretty jazzy already, so I could just. Man. Man, this is jazzy already. Director play C14. You mean Minecraft music? Okay, I'll play Sweden for you. Oh, is this one? Okay. This is improvisation, but I've never played this before, so sorry. Yeah, so sorry about any mistakes. I learned it on guitar today. How would that be possible? Hold on. So basically it would be like, I hope this is tuned, by the way. Oh yeah. Da 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 da. No, it's ta dum ta da da. It'll be like. God. I haven't played guitar in a while. And also, I've never tried this on the guitar, but I'm just seeing if it's possible. And then you go like... No, you go like... Ta-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, 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 da-dum, doo-doo. Ooh. Alright, anyway. Put it back. Because it's supposed to be there for a reason. Alright. Oh, by the way. I'm gonna try and play this. No, wait. This was supposed to be Those Who Remain theme. Oh, you're trying to arrange it? So basically the notes are, for the bass, it's basically this. Not sure if it's even possible to play, because I recorded it in basic notes and then this separately, but it should be. And then, I mean, it's with a pedal it's possible, but I don't have a pedal, so it would be. Or something like that, and then it's like here. And then there's a very quiet. And then the violin goes. Yeah, the key is not B flat major. It is G minor. It is the chords are basically, the chord progression is it's G minor, D sharp, major, C minor, and then D major. It's probably better if you release the MIDI to just the song. Yeah, hold on. Wait. Okay. So, for that track, for those who remain, piano definitely survived. I can assure you that. The piano survived. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just not answering to your... Well, that's actually the same. Well, why... I mean, first of all, why are you writing in German? There's no need. I understand. It's just I don't know how to answer to... You can sing... You can both sing. Yeah, I can sing and he can sing. And what do I make of that? So, what? Actually, I'm curious. What has survived? All right, I'm gonna isolate the piano here. Wait, do I have these? I do? No way. Okay. It survived, definitely. It's pretty much repeating throughout. And then it just goes like that. So basically, so these are my very old sounds, oh god. same sound pack that I used for making heroes. I think there are also some, yeah, I have some unused tracks here too. I have something called Small Themes Concepts. I have no clue what it is, but it's, oh. It doesn't work because it didn't survive. Lobby theme. Oh, this is the original lobby theme that was supposed to be what it didn't. A very different feel. This is the very, very early version. This soundtrack was very inspired by Rainbow Six Siege. And then I tried, when I was told that it doesn't really work, I tried to go more cinematic. Well, I had an infection, which was really big. And apparently I was sick during that week when I went to school and wrote tests for 2 weeks, in a single week. So apparently I was sick because my antibiotics were not working and they were not good, so they didn't do anything. And so as soon as I stopped doing them, I fell sick again. So yeah, this is more cinematic feel. This is attempt number 2. Alright, good night. I learn German every day. Ja, ich kann sehr es. Dein Deutsch ist sehr gut. Oder ich weiß nicht. That's I mean that's not funny. That's not funny. Like no. Also, it's not Einschuldigung, it's Entschuldigung. Alright, bye, dude. Have a great night. All of these themes are just begging to be released, especially the TWR MIDI. Well, I would, but there's something that I've been working on for this game. Actually, I'm going to show it. I haven't even sent it to him yet. I've been working on something, which is a little different, but it is what it is. It is my most atmospheric theme I've ever done. But it's short, it's less than a minute. I think the... Oh, that makes sense. Oh god. And then it connects with this. So yeah, basically, it's a very atmospheric theme. And what I like the most about it is this part. It's not even quantized? Yeah, quantized, sorry. Yeah, so, but it doesn't feel like that. So, anyway, I think I'm gonna sign off now because it's 10 p.m. here and I've been live for 1 hour and 45 minutes. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for joining me today in this lovely Tuesday evening here. We discussed about Egg Hunt, OC Remain, other music stuff. I had fun. I don't know if I will do that again anytime soon. If there is a need, I will. But for now, I don't know. I just wanted to have fun. So that's mainly what I did. And yeah, thank you all for being part of this stream. There should be new material coming pretty soon, I have to tell you guys. I have a few videos getting lined up for this channel, and we'll see when they'll come, but they're gonna come soon. And one of them is some behind the scenes Easter eggs, and that's not a pun, literally Easter eggs in my soundtrack of the Egg Hunt. I showed one of them. It is the Splinter Cell thing. And anyway, I will try to do it by Friday. We'll see. I still have work to do and everything. So, yeah. But until then, thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a nice discussion about music, and I hope to see you next time, whenever that'll be. So yeah, have a great day, guys. Take care, and yeah, see ya.